Welcome back, ladies and germs, to an episode of Blue Grit Radio. Here's your host, Eric, and this is a quick episode. So I'm just going to be talking about what you read in the description, and that's push-ups. How can you up your push-up game? This is a question I've gotten ever since I started in the recruiting and hiring unit, and it's frequent. There's a lot of people that are really wanting to come into this career, and they simply need to improve their push-up strength. A lot of times it's not just a question of fitness overall. Maybe they're active in a lot of other ways. Maybe they're strong in a lot of other ways, but not necessarily push-ups. And so I'm just going to cover a quick strategy. It's really easy to implement as far as increasing your overall push-up max. So I'm talking about one set maximum reps. And so whether you want to get this ready for your test or whether you want to just indulge in a friendly competition with one of your best gym buddies, here it is. So commonly, a lot of people that are trying to up their max basically just go for their max. For the test in Washington State, you have to do 20 push-ups consecutively. You can rest in the up position. You can't set your knees down. You can't set your chest down and rest, but that's basically what it is, right? It's full range of motion. You got to get your elbows to lock out and compress all the way down to essentially like a 4-inch range. They have a button, or there's other methods where you can use some other sort of block or toilet paper tube, toilet paper roll, I should say, not the tube, sideways. You don't have to go that low, but you just have to do a tube. And since I just mentioned it, that doesn't mean if you can do the remote testing or practice, that doesn't mean you get the extra roll, the triple ply, because then you're just cheating yourself. If you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about if you have a really fat roll and you don't have to go down as far. That doesn't do you any good. It definitely doesn't get you ready for test day. So basically what I'm going to throw out there, and it's worked for a dude that I've been giving some feedback to, and it's going for more frequency. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you think about your day, try to get as many reps throughout that day as you can. And you're like, man, I mean, I'm already having enough trouble just doing close to 20. Maybe I'm kind of hitting that failure point, that sticking point around 16, 17. How am I going to really boost more than that if I'm trying to, hit it hard throughout the day? And so my caveat to that, or my response to that, is you're not trying to hit it hard throughout the day. You're actually going to go for, 10 or fewer reps throughout the day. And let's say you can do 8 or 10 reps in the morning. You're not really trying to feel sore. You're not trying to feel anything. You're just really trying to, as a lot of fitness professionals say, grease the groove or improve that mind-muscle connection or muscle memory, right? These are all sort of things that might sound familiar to you. They might resonate with you. But really, you're practicing the movement, because the more you do that movement, not only is your body getting more acclimated, but your brain's getting more acclimated, right? You're firing on neurons. You're getting that normalized. It just feels second nature, and it just gets easier for your body to acclimate and adapt to that challenge, whatever that is. And in this case, it's simply doing a perfect push-up. If you're trying to do a bunch throughout the day, a ton in each set, then you'll burn out, right? So if you're maxing out, like I said, around 16 or 17 reps, let's say you're trying to go for 16 or so in the morning, and then, mid-morning, you're trying to do another handful. All you're going to be able to do is a handful. You can't max out all the time. You have to recover. And so by keeping your reps far below your maximal, you're not going to be anywhere near that point. And it's going to be easier for you to not get that lactic acid buildup in your muscles. It's going to be easier for you not to gas out. Simply put, you're operating way below what you're capable of. And then you're able to pump up the volume throughout the day or throughout the week. So another example is if you're trying to get ready for, a 10K, and the most you can run without your ankles hurting or your lungs burning is 4 miles. I don't think a lot of running coaches would tell you to run as close to 4 miles as you can every single day. No, most endurance coaches are going to have you toggle your training. Hard days where you're pushing it, low days. They're also going to toggle the intensity, right? They're going to tell you, hey, run at this pace, or run so your heart rate doesn't exceed X, or run at a pace where you can comfortably talk, versus other days where you're really pushing it and you're trying to go for time, or you're trying to go for heart rate, right? So these are different markers. So similarly, when I'm talking about push-ups, this is a way that you can toggle the intensity, right? If you can do 16 and then it gets shaky, if I'm asking you to do 8 or 9, then you know you're not going to be shaky, right? You can practice that perfect form. You can up your reps. Without belaboring it, the dude I was working with, he just reported back that he was able to move through his push-ups with ease, right? And so one of the things I asked him, I was like, hey man, like what was it? What was the thing that you think helped you? And he said it was simply that. It was doing somewhere between 8 and 10 throughout the day, maybe getting close to 100, but never did he feel super gassed. He didn't pour it on every single day. He wasn't grinding on the same muscle groups, the same movement every single day. He gave a couple days of rest before test day, as you should. Like most things, right? You're not going to have a power lifter going for max a day or a couple days before the meet. Absolutely not, right? You're not going to have any high performing athletes do that. But they're gonna be active. They're gonna move. You should do that. You should stay loose. You should stay in the game. Practice your reps, right? But that's it. Simple as that. You're just going to, again, bring your goal down as far as the set you're doing, and that way you're going to be able to reduce the intensity. You're going to be able to increase the volume, increase the frequency, but really enhance and support your recovery. So if that was helpful for you, please subscribe, rate the podcast, share it out with your friends that are testing, or maybe they have a similar thing. Maybe they're getting ready for the military, maybe they're getting ready for boot camp or an academy setting where, hey, maybe they can do the push-ups, but some of these academies, and it sounds like Washington State is moving more in this direction like it used to be. Like when I came through, this old timer kind of speak, but where they are, incorporating more physical fitness or, punishment or morale building, whatever you want to call it, or morale, but team building, maybe morale reduction temporarily. But yeah, just throughout the day, you might be on your face pushing up. You might be cranking out those reps because you didn't memorize whatever thing, or you didn't do as well as a class on a test. So if you're trying to prep, follow that advice. Let me know what you think. Let me know it's helpful. You can always hit me up on Instagram, Blue Grit Wellness, or bluegritwellness@gmail.com. Peace.